I just want to talk to you about something that so many of us do. I feel like it's just natural for our brains to go to this place, but I just want to offer you a different solution. This is something that I did most of my life that did not serve me. And when my coach brought it to my attention, it changed my life. And I hear a lot of people doing this, and I hear a lot of women doing this. And I want to help you make a shift to create a happier life. It's blame. When we are blaming others for the results in our life, we cannot in no way are looking at what we can control. And things might be hard, okay? If you're pursuing a business and it's hard and, all the economy and all the things, yeah, it could be, right? But when you're blaming your family and friends for not supporting your business, when you're blaming the government, when you're blaming the economy or the industry for the results in your business, or if you're blaming your kids that you're not happy, you're blaming your partner for not showing up better, your ex. It's natural for our brains to do this. But let me tell you what's not happening. You're not even looking at, you're incapable of looking at what you can control when you sit in blame. And what happens is our life doesn't get better because we can't control the industry. We can't control what our friends and family do. And when we just focus on resentment of the industry, of the client, of the economy, we're in no way looking at what we can control. Well, why do I have that result in my business? Well, how am I showing up? How much more can I show up? What in different ways can I show up in my business? Your friends and family don't have to support your business, and you can still have whatever business you want to create, right? You can still be happy and your husband doesn't show up the way you think he should. You can feel joy and peace and live successfully and your kids don't show up the way you think they should, right? When we're blaming, we're not even looking at where we can take accountability. And I did this for so long, right? I took no accountability. And I'm not saying this to come from judgment. I want to help you see in your life what you can control. And if you're only looking at how horrible it is and how people are not showing up for you and how dare they, and meanwhile your results in your business are going down, but you're blaming your friends and family, right? Or you're blaming the economy. Well, you can't control the economy. And there's people thriving in business in this economy. Well, what are they doing that I'm not doing? Right? That's a question we don't ask ourselves when we're in blame. We're like, they should be showing up differently. This should be different. Should. What about, what can I do differently? What haven't I explored? What marketing tactics can I do? How can I set myself apart? What more can I do? What different can I do? Oh, let me try this. Let me try this event, right? Let me try this type of marketing. Let me try to talk to my partner in a different way. Let me try to listen to maybe why he's unhappy, right? Or how can I be, what are going on in my kids' heads? Maybe why they're coming out the side of their neck, why they're shutting down, why they're mad at me all the time. Maybe we could have a conversation versus they should. What part do I play in my own life? So I want to help you see that you have a ton of control. Yes, there's things you don't have control over. Absolutely. But you have control more than you think. Guarantee. And your brain's not going to show you when you sit and blame. But your brain wants to serve you and wants to show you evidence for what you believe. So when you start to say, I want to see what I have control over and journal. I want to know how much more I can do, okay? And blame is a dead-end street, I'm telling you. And when you open yourself up to not blaming others, you're going to see how much control you have. And your bottom line, your results will shift. And you'll feel better because you're taking action. When we sit in blame, we do less action, most likely. And like I said, I'm not coming from judgment here. I want to empower you to take control of your life. You get to decide, right? You get to decide, not everybody else about your business. or about your life, right? Or my boss. Work is a shithole because of my boss. Well, where do you have control at work? You have actions, your attitude alone will change your life. Okay, the blame game is a toxic dead-end street. I promise you. I promise you, when we take accountability for our own happiness, for our own life, for our own fulfillment, for our bottom line in our business, and then we start to really focus on that, then we can look at, oh, well, what are they doing if they're thriving in this business? Well, what are they doing, right, in this economy, in this industry? So I could talk about this forever, but I want to just plant the seed that if you're blaming, if you're playing some type of blame game, how can you look at it differently? Because that person's not changing. The economy, who knows, right? The government, how much control do we really have, right? Voting, whatever. But you have control of how you show up in your own life, the actions you take based on your decision making and your beliefs. And that's enough. I promise you. That's more than enough to create whatever life you want to create. Okay, if you want to talk more to me about this, message me. Okay, but I used to play the blame game. Okay, my parents, I used to, even blaming myself. Okay, there's a difference between blaming myself and taking accountability and how I can show up differently. That is so much more empowering than, well, I'm just broken. Well, it's just always, this is just how life is. Oh, it's never going to get better. That doesn't work either. It's, what actions can I take? Let's explore how it worked. Let's explore what I can do differently. I mean, it creates a lightness in my body just saying that because I've done that for so long, but it can feel uncomfortable at first to start to look at, our brain doesn't want to see our accountability. It wants to blame everybody else because that's easier because our brain doesn't want to work. Well, if you're an entrepreneur, you signed up to work. Right? If you had kids, you signed up to work. If you got married, if you have a job, you signed up to work a little bit, right? So where can you control? You can control your actions, your effort, versus blaming yourself out of business, blaming yourself into an unhappy partnership, or in a, disconnect from your kids, or hating your job. Okay, you have power here, and I want you to live more fulfilled. I want you to see where you have control, which is why I created a podcast called You Get to Decide. Because blaming, you get to decide if you want to blame people, but is that serving you? Is it serving you? Just walking around miserable, feeling like you're a victim? You're not a victim. You have so much power in your life. So like I said, I could talk about this forever, but I just hope that this opens something up for you. If you are blaming, don't judge yourself for it. Just go, oh, okay, yeah, my brain, that's what it does to protect me from showing up and taking any accountability and doing any work. I used to just not take accountability because I didn't think I was capable. That was the belief. Well, I have to create evidence that I'm capable, which means going out and taking action. And then looking at that action neutrally, not that I'm wrong, I'm at fault, I'm a failure. It's, oh, this didn't work as well. But that person's doing it, so I can do it too and try it and see how it works. Okay? So I just, I've heard some conversations in the last 10 days about blame. And that the results are shitty. Well, there's probably a correlation there. Okay? There's probably a correlation. So let's not play the blame game. Let's take accountability for the actions that we're putting out into the world. And how can we show up differently? And what would that look like? Okay? Sending you so much love. If you want to talk to me about this, if you don't want to blame, if you're not even sure how to get out of blaming, if you're scared you are blaming and you don't know, I can help you sort this out in a conversation for free. So just DM me and we can, I've been there. And my brain likes to go there today, but I move it away from that. Because it's not serving me. It's keeping me stuck. And I'm here to do big things. And I want you to live happy. So check in with the blame game. Sending you love. Love you all.